Well, my time with the Institute began in fall of 2012 when I started school. Got an email from the Honors College talking about an interesting program called Leadership Development Groups. And so through that, I applied just to see what it was like. And it was a 10-week program where you would sit down for 1 hour a week and just talk with people and talk with your group. You have about 6 people in your group. And at first I thought, all right, they're going to tell me how to do leadership. I'm going to become a leader through this. And really, actually, what was most interesting in all of this, there was never any mentioning of leadership per se. No one defined what it was. There were just programs where you talked about your life and talked about how you would approach situations. And one of the biggest moments for me came when we were sitting down and we were just talking about what qualities we find in ourselves. And over time, I really discovered that I was kind of a bossy person, and I hadn't realized that. No one had, to my face, told me that. I just told people what to do instead of listen to what they do. And from there, that was one of the sparks for me when I realized that's what leadership is. Leadership isn't telling people what to do, it's listening, hearing, interacting, and understanding what other people want, not necessarily doing what you think they want. So I've been at the Timken Company for 7 months now, and when I began that internship, I walked in knowing this and learning this through the Institute, and that's that leadership is not something that can be taught. Leadership is something that you have to learn, you have to experience, you have to feel. Through my time here in the past 3 years with the Institute, I really felt that through the programs I've been involved in, through the people I've met and the things I've done, I've really experienced what leadership is. It's something that you just have to experience. And so when I walked into my interview at Timken, I sat down and to them said, when they asked me what leadership was, it's everything I've just described. It's sitting down and being able to listen to people, understand what other people have to say in their own perspectives, and from there, for you to internalize that and learn and grow. This Institute, one of the best things is they help you figure it out on your own. No one tells you it. Leadership's not something that you can learn from a book, it's something you have to do. And so what's great about this leadership is at your own pace, your own time, and your own style, you get to figure it out from yourself. And it's not that you do it by yourself. You get to see it from everybody else around you and pick up tips and pointers and really define your own path of what leadership is. No one tells you that that's not what they're here for. They help you figure that out, and that's what's been key for me.
I think the most valuable experience I had was the Shadow Day program. So this was a program from scratch. That it was an idea we had a couple of years ago, and it was to connect students with employers here in Northeast Ohio. So we thought it'd be great for students to take a day to go look at what kind of industry or job they get into. So spend the day with a professional, talk to them, go to meetings with them, and then it's also a networking opportunity, so they get to meet new people and possibly land an internship or a job. So it was a lot of event planning, coordinating with 14 different companies, 144 students. There's a ton of different folks, but it prepared me for my internship with the Knight Foundation. So I got to organize events for a similar audience to help them connect to Akron, but the event planning and the logistics of that really helped me with my internship and going forward. I think the best analogy I can use for what the Institute prepared me for is you go from a boy to a man. So starting off in your freshman or sophomore year with the program we have set up here, it's an excellent opportunity to develop skills that you, quite frankly, don't learn in the classroom, but you could take the knowledge you learn in the classroom and apply it to these different Shadow Day programs or the resume building or whatever it is. So really learning what it takes to be a professional. It's great what you learn in the classroom, but taking that experience and really applying it to what you'd be using in the real world is huge. It's big time.
How do you think it was different in this experience than like doing a co-op or an internship?
I think because I got to choose the project and that it was so closely tied to the organization. It wasn't, I'm just going to go there and be there for X amount of weeks. It's here's a goal and you have to achieve it.
I had a drive and a vision to create TEDx University of Akron, and I know there are a lot of people that have the same kind of drive that I did. The problem is that I don't think a lot of people are given the push to actually accomplish their dreams or a vision or something like that. The Institute was what helped me do that. If I didn't have the backing and all the support that I got here, there's very little chance that I would have been as successful as I was. The biggest challenge that I really overcame was, especially with the name, you know, the TEDx University of Akron, we got a lot of pushback from the university. And, you know, we had people here kept telling us, don't take no for an answer, and we didn't. And I know now not to take no for an answer, especially if it has to do with something you really believe in. The thing that I realized with the Institute of Leadership is that a degree is so much more than just learning or a marketing degree. You have to take what you know and who you are as a person and really create a position, which is what I was able to do after I left. So the job that I have now has almost nothing to do with marketing, but through the Institute I realized that I was really good at problem solving. So in doing that, I really created the position that I have at a software company locally in the area. If I did not have the Institute there for me whenever I was in school, I wouldn't have thought this was a possibility even, let alone actually be able to do it.